All right. All right. So when it comes to this marketing stuff, a lot of people are unconsciously competent or consciously competent. I'm going from I'm taking my business completely uh, consciously competent, meaning you know exactly what's going on. You're concentrated on your business, and it actually takes willpower for you to do it. Um, and there are some parts of my business that I'm conscious incompetent about. Like I know I don't know. And when it comes to marketing your business, a lot of people are too, especially during this time of day with marketing online. They are super okay with being, especially online, being unconsciously incompetent. And the problem with that in this time and day is when everything's going digital. If you are incompetent, you will pay for it, literally, physically, financially, because there will be a day where there is no dollar. There will be a day where hopefully not, but there will be a day where a lot of where this is happening, a lot of jobs are missing and will go to AI. So if you don't have no supplementary income online where you're consciously competent on making that money, you're gonna be economically uh, irrelevant in the next couple years. And it's not far away because we have over 5 million jobs lost in this economy. Um, and there are people who are consciously incompetent. Like, in other words, they know how to use Instagram, but they don't know how to market their business online. Comment yes below if you want your consultation below. Um, and your free consultation below. And I'm learning that even in my business, I got to be completely competent. Meaning, I know the tools. When you're consciously competent, it means you know the tools, tactics, strategies. Um, you have some systems in place. I believe when your business is unconsciously competent online, you have things running in complete automation, meaning you're getting paid in your sleep. You're getting paid from making one video. You're getting paid from um, a live. Every time you go live, somebody's paying you, right? Because you have grown an audience that is now competent to who you are, and unconsciously they know that you're there to sell them something, to give them some value, offer them some game, etc., etc. And this conversation sparked about when I was talking to a friend of mine um about parenting, and I said, and it sparked something within me about this grid. A lot of parents are okay with being consciously incompetent. They are okay with saying, I don't know how to be the best parent that I can. And they are okay, or they don't even know at all. And here's the crazy part in life and in parenting, in this example, about being unconsciously competent. That does not mean you know how to avoid or deal with every single circumstance. That's not competence. Competence was when you have the ability to have a unpredictable situation, but you have tools, tactics, and abilities that make that situation better because you have preparation before time. You have tools ahead of time. You may not have the perfect situation all figured out, but you are better than the person who knows nothing, which means they are unconsciously incompetent. You are better than the person who is consciously incompetent, because then they'll be in that situation by surprise and say, "Oh my God," and they'll be like, they'll know some things, but be still utterly confused because they don't know. You get what I mean? And the conscious competent would handle it with some confidence and still be able to push forward and do some good things. But the unconsciously competent would be like, "Oh, okay, this is unfortunate," but they'll be readily prepared to just pick up and go. You get what I mean? But don't get it fucked up. Becoming unconsciously competent, and I'm learning this in life, it's not by accident. You don't become unconsciously competent about any area of life by accident. So, because you don't become unconsciously competent in any area of life by accident, don't be a fool and say, "I'm going to be unconsciously competent because it's too much work." Like when I told my friend about parenting, a lot of parents are unconsciously competent because they don't want to do the work. And I kept saying this out loud to myself. They don't want to do the work of being conscious. When you don't want to consciously raise your child, that takes a lot of work, accountability, discipline, love for self and other, because you are consciously raising your child. Not perfectly, but consciously. So when it comes to marketing, you are consciously doing lives. You are consciously doing, because you know what their effects are. You are consciously posting. You are consciously putting systems in place to post for you Monday through Friday. You are consciously paying for these programs, knowing the dates, because you know what systems are needed for your business. Now, unconscious, it's not that you don't care about when the bill comes, but it doesn't matter to you. And to some extent, you care more about the total eventually than when it's being taken out, because you have the systems working for you where they're paying for themselves. The conscious marketer or skilled person is still gauging the first day to the 30th day of how they're going to pay the bill with the sales, etc., etc. When you're an unconscious marketer, the systems pay for themselves because you already have a system in place to do it for you. You feel me? So the unconscious competent marketer doesn't post as much. He doesn't post much or much at all. Um, um, they don't have an email list. They don't have no strategy. They never been taught it. Take a few classes, but they don't really know. The consciously competent person took a few classes. They apply some information. They don't really know the platform too much. They know it. They know how to use it for basic purposes, but not nothing special to make them money. The consciously competent person knows. And I would say before I go on, the consciously incompetent person doesn't even know you can make money online. They probably seen it, but they don't believe it, right? The consciously competent person probably has made a little bit of money online. They've made money online. They're consciously buying systems, taking action, re-strategizing, taking accountability, all of these other things. Knowing these different systems, knowing the different platforms of phones to go on, etc., etc. And they're making money. They're making a living doing what they do. Eventually, when it comes to competent consciousness, um, conscious competence, the unconscious competence is happening everything's on automation, and now it's just about scaling to the point where they either have more responsibility, they have people to hire, etc., etc. So comment yes below for your free consultation. Comment yes below for your free consultation. Peace.